we are live, and also we are recording just in case something happens. So I was trying to get to see if I could see the Facebook event, but I'm having some issues with internet. So if you hear some noise, like people asking, is my room ready or something like that, the reason is that I was supposed to be in my room and the internet failed. So in my floor, of course. So I'm here at the business center, but the guys over here were very kind, so they are bringing me tea. So in order for me to feel well, and this time I'm doing this from very far away. So this is a Let's Talk Business that we are connecting 3 countries. As like always, we are connecting 3 countries, but this time I'm not in my own country. I'm not in Portugal. I'm here. This is Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. So and Robert is in the Netherlands, and Claudia is in Switzerland. So this was a little bit of a different starting, because I'm trying to get if my internet is working well or not. So big mess. So first of all, let's start from the beginning. Welcoming Claudia Chinello. So welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Business, organized by JCI European Senate. I'm Philippe Carrera.
And my name is Robert van Maart.
The Dutch guy. So like I was saying, welcoming Claudia Chinello. And let me talk a little bit about Claudia. She's a poker player and a multipreneur. It's an interesting term. Also an economist, just like me. So she's a good person. A web designer and a financial officer at school. And she has a thing called the Poker Academy, where she motivates business teams to use positive poker strategies in their daily work and to think out of the box. And she trains not to fall for bluffs, and bluffs are very important, and to put a poker face yourself. And she's not like Lady Gaga, but we are talking about poker face. When it makes sense. When it makes sense, because sometimes it doesn't make. So welcome, Claudia. And I will go for the first question as tradition. This is a joke from South Park. If you see the episode of the wedding of the Canadian
prince.
With
the first question, Philippe.
Yeah, big question. So I was thinking about this. I'm a little bit crazy today. Everything was going wrong, and so I have an excuse. So Claudia, can you explain a little bit more? How did you find the connection between poker and business?
Okay, so first of all, thank you very much for having invited me. And I tried to ask you what kind of questions you want to ask me, and you had a really good poker face, Felipe. And I think you, as an economist, I think you have a good poker face, even in business.
Okay. Claudia, you know now what helps to have a good poker face? Yeah. I will tell you.
I still see your eyes, and you see a lot in the eyes. Let's say at the poker table, this is one tip I give every poker player. When the flop comes, the first 3 cards, don't look at the cards, because they're still there even after a minute. Look in the eyes of the people. If they like what they see, that's also in the business, then they are blinking their eyes. If they don't like what they see, then they're staring on the cards. And so you can't see most of the times if the people have good cards or not. And it's a lot about body language. It's a lot about logic thinking, and really looking what the people are doing. But let me ask you a question. Maybe Robert first.
Yes, go for him. Go for the Dutch guy.
You already talked enough. Philip, I like you. Robert, when you think about poker, What is like the first 3 words that comes to your mind?
Don't say strip. Don't say strip.
I would say Las Vegas.
Okay.
I would
What
say
else?
that I would say that's very strange movie from Las Vegas. So it's what is the no? So Las Vegas sunglasses
Okay.
and really you have to be able to count very quickly. That's what comes to, so you have to know everything about numbers.
Okay.
I cannot play poker, so I don't.
Okay. So I hear you said Las Vegas, sunglasses, and counting cards. Las Vegas. First of all, thank you for saying that, because poker. By the way, Felipe, I never played strip poker. Why? Because I never also played strip chess, and poker has nothing to do with the casinos. I know it's like the bad guys in the Western movies, but if you play poker and if you understand it what it as what it is, it has nothing to do with luck. It's just like it's 80%. You can really count and make the math and know how big your chances are. So that's why in Switzerland we are fighting at the moment, or we are working on it, that poker comes out of the casinos, because it's really, you don't even play chess or other games that needs a lot of skill in the casinos. So that's why it has nothing to do with casinos. Sunglasses, that's okay, because also when I play poker, I always have this, so you cannot see my eyes. Because I'm half Italian, I have no poker face. I have no. And the third one was counting cards. I think what you mean is blackjack.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, blackjack.
He doesn't understand anything about poker.
That's okay, but that's the same way. I'm happy that you said that, because a lot of people think, yeah, it's counting cards.
It, right? Yeah.
Blackjack, you play against the bank, so you have no chance to win on the long run. Poker, you play against people, and that's exactly also why this makes the difference, because people can be the worst player than you, and so you have a chance. And also one very important thing, at roulette and blackjack, you have to put in money first, and then you get cards, or then the ball is spun in the wheel. In poker, in 80% of the time, you first get your cards, and then you decide if you want to play and how much money you will invest. So it's really, that's, let's say, the most easy and basic thing that is the difference from a game of luck to a game of skill. Felipe, what comes in your mind when I say poker? What are you thinking about?
Well, I basically I would almost go for the same. I was joking with the strip poker, because I was thinking more on behalf of Robert, of course. But
it's men, typically men. No.
Yes, it's the man thing. It's a problem that we have. It's like embedded in our program. But I'm the thing that comes to mind is sequences, and how you have to have a lot of control of emotions, because basically you can have a bad hand, but you can show off like it is a good one. And if you need to trick people, so tricking is very important, because you get more. Basically, it's like a non-verbal communication game. So when you were talking, actually, I was thinking about my experiences when I dealt with translation. Not simultaneous, but consecutive. So basically, somebody's talking to me, and I get the translation afterwards. So in many countries, for instance, I'm here in Saudi Arabia. So if I have translation, normally I'm looking at the person, even if they are talking in Arabic, because I'm trying to get the emotions first, and then what they are saying, because the translation doesn't pass the emotion. And so when you were talking about that, I was thinking, so actually I'm a poker player.
Okay, thank you that you say bluff, like poker face. You have to trick people. In reality, the bluff in poker is like maybe 10% maximum.
But it
It's a
was
little bit
more.
like no, that's the cool thing, that it's okay. Let's start from the beginning. You asked me what are the not the differences, but the same things between poker and business. So let's say, started from the beginning. The first thing is the mindset. If you go to the table and say, yeah, come on, let's play a little bit, you will maybe win with luck, but you will not be focused on the game. That's exactly the same in business. If you say, okay, I go to work, that's something different as if you say, come on, I will get this this work, or I will finish this work, I will do this, I will get this customer. It's like in sales. You can go somewhere and say, okay, I will present my product. Or you can say, let's see if I get this client. And the mindset, it's completely different. And what do you think? Does a salesperson gets a customer if he says, yeah, I go there and I present the product? Or if he says, let's get this customer and let's see how far we can go while negotiating.
So can I go on with that, Claudia? Because when you say that, I can, for a customer or a client or a new organization, you can envision, or where they probably will go to, or what their questions are, or what their challenges are, or their problems, whatever. Huh? So you can envision, and you can already think about the opportunities or possibilities or steps you can take. But in poker, it is on the moment, like you get the cards, you don't know which cards, and then so how does it work then? Do you know what I mean? So the mindset, I understand the mindset. So
this is mindset, okay. But even then, what the preparation? You said, okay, to get the customer, you have to have the mindset. Okay, I get it. But it's all about preparation. Preparation means I have to know the customer. I have to know, is he the one who can, he or she who can say, okay, we do that and sign. Or if not, how can you prepare that guy to present this to his chef, and maybe she will then blah, blah, blah. Exactly. So it's all about preparation. In poker, we have a lot of people that play for 10 years. Like two weeks ago, I had someone who said, yeah, I know how to play poker. He booked a coaching with me online. He played poker, and I saw that he really was not prepared. He didn't even know about mathematics, blah, blah, blah. So if you go to a poker table, the mindset is important, but also the preparation, that you know what you're doing. It's not, you're not playing cards. I always say, stop playing cards and start to play poker. And poker is much more than that. Let's say mindset. Okay, then you have to be process oriented and not result oriented. That means on a short term, you can have bad luck, you can have a lot of bad cards, but on the long run, it's you invest just in cards that you are sure that are quite good. Or let me give an example. I have won a poker tournament here in Switzerland, and the first 3 hours I had no cards. I really had like just nothing. And even if I tried to bluff something, I got a re-raise, I got people that were fighting against each other. I was just there. And then I had not so many chips anymore. And then I really had to bluff more. And because of my image, the people thought like, ooh, now she has aces, now she had really good cards, and they threw away their cards. So it's about image. Think about your image. What is your image? I always have to think about that at the poker table, even in business. What is the image of my company? And the poker table, you always do a SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? How can you turn a weakness into a strengthness? Or how can you really, you have to see the chances on the market, on the poker table, and that's exactly what you're doing. A good poker player plays, like I say, 4 hours of poker, and at least half an hour later, he will just analyze every step, that he knows, was I lucky? did I play well? Where did I lose the most money? Where did I where did I win the most money, etc., etc. This is something that we all can learn. You know what a SWOT analysis is, no?
Yeah.
Felipe and Robert, when was the last time you did one for yourself or for your company? That's exactly what I mean. I do it
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks or 4 days?
4 weeks ago, yeah.
He has to do periodical checkups in his weaknesses and strengths. By the way, I was thinking this what you were saying, it connects a lot with something that you see in startups. Sometimes they will fake it until they make it.
Yeah.
So is it?
Exactly.
This is I was hearing you and I was thinking. So there is a connection.
Yes. Yeah, especially in marketing. I don't know. Are you know, the bluff? Yeah, that's also something. The bluff in business is where in marketing. So you know exactly that the nice woman is photoshopped on the poster. You know that the Big Mac is not so nice as on the picture, that it comes like, you know, this is marketing. So, and that is also interesting, or I don't know, in Europe, I think people are not bluffing so much. Now, Felipe, you're in the Middle East. How is it there? I know that when you deal with Chinese, we just ordered a couple of poker tables there. Sometimes they say, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. And if you ask, then you see, okay, that was a little bit of a bluff, huh? Just to say.
Yeah, over here, of course, I think that what you were saying in terms of adapting, you have to adapt also to cultures. So let's say that I think over here, the game has to be slower, and you have to be for the long run. You cannot think, okay, I will go there and do 2 plays and win all the money. It doesn't work like that. There is a trust issue, a conversation issue that has to take time. And if you don't go through those stages, you will not get anything. That's my view.
Absolutely cool. And everything you say, we can apply to the poker table. And that's our thing, what we do. It doesn't matter in which situation you are. We can apply it on the poker table and work with teams. Like, I can tell that. We had a medical company. The team was quite young, and they had two teams. One team sold normal medical things, and the other teams sold things to doctors that were not yet ready in Switzerland to be sold. And there we talked a lot about poker face. How much can you sell a customer something that is not yet allowed to sell in Switzerland, these things. And she said to me, I wished that my team sometimes had a better poker face. And that was so cool that we could really, like, someone bluffed at the poker table. And that was the point where I said, okay, how is it in business? Where do you have to bluff? And then we had like a 20-minute conversation. We were not playing. We had just a conversation at the table. And the cool thing is that people will never forget that. Because they have the cards in their hand, they have the chips that they're hearing, and the emotion on the poker table. So this is our concept. You can do all these things without poker, but by connecting the knowledge and the infos with the feelings, with the emotions, acoustic and the feeling, that is our concept. That's why we are like, on this run, on this way with our poker, with our business teams.
It's like game-based training, game-based workshop. It's really, and game-based workshops and trainings are actually rewiring your brain. So you get new connections because you play, and then you say, "Oh, that is amazing," and then you can transfer to another situation. That's
and you have fun, and you have fun in the process.
Absolutely.
Maybe, I don't know, when did you play the last time poker, Felipe? Did you play someone?
I think it was in another life, so many years ago, And
But
also, I never tried at strip one.
Okay, I never tried strip chess. This is why these chess
Yeah.
are here. And no, it's just because the people, even me, I don't play a lot of live poker, but I always remember the last time I played poker.
Yeah.
And the cool, okay, just why we developed this, because first like 15 years ago, I was just like giving poker courses for beginners, then for advanced. And sometimes then later the years went on, sometimes I have someone who comes to me and said, "Hey, Claudia, do you remember me? Like 7 years ago, we had a poker night with you, and this and this and this I still have in my mind." And then I thought, like, it would be a waste of energy and of time if we do not connect business things with poker. With this, I still know what we did the last time we played poker.
And how did you start with it? Because like chess, I don't know how it works in Switzerland, but in the Netherlands, on some schools you learn how to play chess. Never heard about playing poker or another game than chess. But how did you get involved in playing poker?
I'm always like this. Since I was 16, I wanted to run my own company. I started my first company, IT, on the IT with 21 years. And with 24, then I studied economy. And with 24, I thought, like, come on, let's do something crazy. And I worked in a casino for 2 years as a croupier. So it was like something I really liked. And then I started a couple of new projects on the IT sector with poker players. And I thought, like, my mindset is always, what do I like most? And then what am I really good at? And then how can I make money out of it? And so I started to give poker courses because my boyfriend at that time was a professional poker player. He learned me everything I had to know. But I stopped to play poker myself professionally because you just make money, but you do not generate any value. I know money has a value, but money is no value.
No, short term.
And that's why I started to give poker courses. And then the people there, they wanted to have advanced poker courses. And one of them said, "Hey, come on, let's do this for my company." I did this for Swiss and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I was invited here from a club that is manager club, like quite exclusive. There were just 8 people and all like CEOs and tralala. And I explained them how to play poker. And then after like 10 minutes, they said, "But that's so logic. It's like economy.
It's like my business.
It's like my everyday business." And I was like, wow, it's so cool. And that was the point where I then started to connect it. I Googled a lot of things. And there was a top manager in 2001 already. He wrote something on the internet that he said he could have skipped his MBA and buy a deck of cards, because you learn everything you need to know for economy and for run a business at the poker table.
So is that also your vision, your ambition? So saying when you so this is how it started, but when you fast forward, where does this path go for you? What is interesting. Where does it go to?
My vision would be that I will be invited, as here I do that now in Switzerland, Germany, and Austria. Now I learn better Italian, that I can do that also in Italy because I'm half Italian. And I would love to be invited all around the world and I like to work with small teams, like maximum 8, maybe 12 people maximum on one table. I just ask the questions and they think about the solutions themselves, because come on, in the end, we all know what a solution is to quite every problem. And most of the time we are the problem. And in poker, you train to think logically. If I know Robert is a beginner, I play different against Felipe, who maybe you come from the South, you're maybe even more a bluffer than Robert, just to speak in,
You get straightforward with me and you get a whole story with Felipe. There's always
yes, Robert is the analytical guy. Of course, I'm the emotional Latino guy.
I'm half Italian too, and I like to play with Italians because they're too emotional and they're not so logic. So this is good to it's like different customers. You have different customers, you have the personas in marketing where you have to address differently with your communication, and you also have to play completely differently against Robert from the north as with Felipe from the south. And that's so cool. That's why I say you can learn so much. And in the end, what I wanted to say, it's doing the right thing at the right time.
Mm.
And a lot is also like in your stomach. It's intuition. If you are a really good watcher, if you watch the people, the body language, a lot will tell you your intuition. Mm. As in business, isn't it also like intuition with whom you want to make business with and with whom not?
Yeah, actually, I was reading some articles that nowadays in management courses and even gut feeling is becoming more important, because there is something in our brain that is our subconscious mind that actually can process a lot of information, much more than our conscious brain. So what you are talking about there is you have to go. What is another word that nowadays is very much in fashionable is the flow. So basically, if you are focused, if you go on the flow, you get a lot of information that you don't know how to explain how you got it. But in reality, you are doing the perfect thing. It's like driving. When you are driving, you're not driving with your conscious mind. You are driving with your subconscious. That's why sometimes you don't really, you cannot say how you got to the place where you are. What were the decisions you made? But you made a lot of decisions only driving, let's say 10 kilometers, maybe 100 decisions that are connected with a lot of information that you came about. So I see your approach. Now, he's very analytical. He doesn't believe in subconscious.
No, but that's cool too. So, Robert, tell us, do you agree or you don't agree?
I was looking to the other side.
He's going to pick Freud something. Now. You see, he has a statue of Freud.
So he's talking about flow and and it says in the art of doing business. So in Dutch it says flow en de kunst van het zaken doen, the art of doing business. So yeah. 7 vital insights for salesmen, entrepreneurs, and managers, leaders. So yeah, it is. We can pick a lot of books about the mental game of poker. Yeah.
The mental game of poker. Then I don't know. This is not really. This is not of
poker. Yeah.
Poker with system, and then of course hunting fish, and it's a lot. Yeah, but it's really that, Robert. It's really about connecting the brain with emotions. And normally I read the question. Someone posted a question in a forum online, and he said, I have 2 people for the same job and I really don't know which one I should take. And then one answer was go to go to driving car. Mm-hmm. Just tell him that he maybe half an hour should drive somewhere, and then it's like gaming. You're there, as you said, Felipe, you're not thinking about you're so concentrated on the street that you're just talking, and that can really open your mind too.
Can I ask you one more question, Claudia?
We have half an hour time.
Yeah, will be the last one.
As we have met, and we are all part of the JCI family, and JCI senators and those kind, but we all, a part of our life, we were active JCI members, and now we're doing business, and you are doing this. What have you learned from that period? in your life? What you can, what you still have, what is still part of you? Have you taken with you?
I have learned. I thought I joined JCI when I had like 30, when I was 30 years old. And I thought, like, in my small world, I was the cool guy. I was the one who had several projects and companies and the IT company and Poker Academy, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, like, I'm the one. And in JCI, I got to know so many people where did even more, like not just 3 or 4 projects, but 10. They gave school, are giving school somewhere, they're teaching people, maybe they have a PhD. And I was like, wow, when I'm comparing myself to them, then I'm feeling just like a small girl in a big world. And I learned to listen, and I had a lot of JCI trainings. I think it was one of the best experiences in my life to see how people sharing each other, helping each other for no money. That everyone brings in. And I think JCI brought me together with karma, like you can say God or Allah or karma. I say it's karma, that if you give a lot of things, a lot of good things will come back. I think this is the biggest thing that I learned through JCI. And as a poker player, you are kind of an egoist, let's say, because you're just playing for your own. Normally, of course, there are like you have someone that helps you, a coach, then you are playing together and analyzing your game. But I think this working together, I learned that from JCI. Yeah. That was one
Beautiful.
of the biggest things.
Claudia, it was a wonderful closing for our Let's Talk Business. Thank you so much for sharing with us. For Robert and I can speak for Robert,
Sure.
It was a pleasure to have you here. You know that let me let you into a secret. We do this because it's an initiative of, yes, I'm going to tell the secret. Because Robert is like, we do this because this is an initiative of the JCI European Senate, but also because for us is also a learning experience, and this is the joy that we have. Like you were telling, that we meet very, very interesting people like you.
So can I ask you something?
Yes.
I ask you something?
Very
Both,
fast.
Did you change now maybe a little bit your mindset about poker, your opinion that it's not really a game of luck?
No, the thing is that you made me to do some connections with things that I work with communication, non-verbal communication, how you do it online and offline, and how this is so important in order to understand, to create empathy with people. And from what I see, is not only a game of luck. It is really dealing with your own emotions and the emotions of the counterpart. And basically very much like in a negotiation process. So this
absolutely. It's a negotiation game. And if you want to play around, tomorrow we have also from JCI a diversity workshop, where it's like maximum 1 hour talk, and then we are playing poker. So you are really invited to join that round if you want to.
Can you tell the time? So this is being live, so some people can join.
Okay, it's Thursday at 7 o'clock. We will start with the workshop, and you can Google it on.
Okay.
We have it on LinkedIn, and also I will post it in my Facebook.
If I will do my best. Over here it's 3 hours more, no, 2 hours more, because it's CET. So I will see. It depends here on my hosts. Okay. So thank you very much, Claudia. It was a pleasure, and thank you for sharing. And this was another Let's Talk Business organized by JCI European Senate with Robert and Claudia is escaping, and myself and Claudia, of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. See you soon.
Bye-bye.